Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generation Selects Legacy, I think, DK-2 Gerd, who is a Diaclone-based figure. And I know someone's saying, huh? So for those who don't remember this, because Generation Selects is weird. Generation Selects had this small kind of subline happen where they released this guy, a blue Trailbreaker, a white and red version of Sunstreaker that were Diaclone references to their original toys from Japan before they were Transformers. That is essentially what this guy is a reference to what would become Ironhide and Ratchet. Very niche, and that is the complete point of Generation Selects. But this is the easiest way to get the Earthrise version of Ironhide and Ratchet. Can you believe that? The easiest way is a random repaint that was supposed to be harder to get, weirdly enough. How odd is that? Anyway, not a problem anymore. We have a new version of Ironhide and Ratchet. Yes, we do. But this guy's still fine. So with him being the Earthrise mold, he's very, very heavily based off of the Siege mold, which I don't own Siege, Ironhide, or Ratchet, because Ratchet was constantly an exclusive for some reason, but we do have Crosshairs as a reference. He's the only one I own, so he's the one you get. And honestly, it works out, because a lot of the reuse parts are the same color, so it's kind of easy to point to on Crosshairs. So parts that were reused on this new guy are the crotch and thighs, the feet, the forearms and hands, most of the skeletal transformation components, the back where the wheels clip onto, and the wheels, weirdly enough, are the exact same. And I think the head is reused from the Ironhide as well. So that's just a quick run through of what's reuse between them. And let's talk about this guy, because, like I said, I haven't taken a look at the Earthrise one ever. I've always heard bad things, mainly because I think he's an exclusive figure and was always super expensive and hard to get. That was probably why. This guy I paid like 40 bucks for. He's not super expensive. I mean, that's basically retail. He's a random guy. I consider him an Autobot grunt. That was the only reason I really bought him, is just so I can have an Autobot grunt type character. And that's what I really want to use him for. And the overall design looks good, and I think it's down to the color scheme. That black, red, and gold really looks good. Now, I say gold. The gold's really only on the front of the legs. It doesn't really appear much elsewhere. It's a little bit on the side of the chest there, as you can see, but only a little bit. But the black and red color scheme, you can't go wrong with it. It's just a very good color scheme. It's very generic, and that's probably why it works so good, honestly, and it's nice. It's just a really nice color scheme. The figure looks fine. His new parts are semi-good, which is the shoulders and then the main part of the torso, the front of the legs, all that jazz are the exact same. But it doesn't look bad, or they're new, sorry. They look pretty good. They really do. The older parts don't look bad because they're the robot parts, in my opinion, so it doesn't look horrific. You don't see them in the alt form, so it works out. As far as accessories go, he has two, which one of them is this giant shield, which is not the roof of his alt mode. It's not, I swear. It has a blade on the end. It has this little lever here, which is also the peg, which if you press it, moves these gun barrels forward. If you're using the gun barrels, please plug it into the forearm, as it looks a little less goofy than plugging it into the shoulder where the shield gets plugged into. That looks goofy. Very goofy. I mean, it looks goofy anyway, unless you pull it down, then it looks completely normal again. Then the gun barrels are retracted, and it's a whole thing on its own. The other accessory it comes with is a complete reference to the Diaclone / G1 Ironhide and Ratchet, which is this circular blaster, which is the little turret that was placed in the battle sled they came with. He does not come with the components for the battle sled, though you can kind of reference it in a way by turning it upside down and then putting this on the handle. Ta-da! The battle sled. The infamous battle sled. Now we just need to put a face in his chest and we're good to go. I mean, ultimately, not the worst robot. I like this robot form. It's not bad. I mean, I like Crosshairs a lot. I don't hate Crosshairs. I like Crosshairs. He's pretty good, genuinely. So, you know, not really much wrong there. I mean, it's a good figure in his robot form. His articulation's also pretty fine, with it being a ball-jointed head, forward and back, outward, bicep swivel, elbow joint, wrist rotation, swivel at the waist, forward, back, outward, and then you got a thigh swivel, knee joint, and then an ankle tilt. So all the generic Siege era articulations here. There's nothing missing. The robot mode is completely well and good in my books. So let's get in to the transformation, starting with the battle sled because it's parts forming, of course. You're going to flip out these windows here and make sure they lock in, because you can go past this point, but if you go past this point, you can't store the gun, which I didn't see a lot of people in reviews point out that the gun indeed stores in there, just like that. Very nice storage. I love when they have integrated weapon storage like that. I don't think the guy that sold this from eBay knew about it because he hid it in the legs, which I did the first couple times until I found it. Anyway, you're going to open up the chest, fold in his head, fold back these components like so. Once the bumper component's out of the way, you're going to fold the arms up like that. You're going to pull out, which will unlock this rotation, push it back in, and then do that. You're then going to take these side components and do that. You're then going to flip out the shins like that, fold them back down. And what I always recommend doing, clip these components that are on the side of the legs in, because it steadies everything. You're then able to take the shin components and close them perfectly. Now this is where the Siege guy stops. This is where it all stops for the Siege version. There's no difference. It's, you know, exactly that. But with their parts forming addition, it completes the Vignette alt form. Ta-da! Which is iffy, I will give it that. With it being a remold, they didn't hide the feet, similar to Crosshairs, but Crosshairs over there's Cybertronian alt form, or again, the Ironhide or the Ratchet, are Cybertronian. They can get away with having boosters on the back. This is supposed to be a Vignette human form. They also didn't change the wheels, which is blatantly lazy, if I'm being completely real with you. This shoulder chunk here, it doesn't look nearly as bad on this guy. I'm pretty sure an Ironhide, though, it's gray and it looks atrocious. I don't fully hate it, though, mainly because it's black. I think that's saving it, is the fact that this whole thing is a black Vignette, so there's not all the details are exposed everywhere. It's not all fully painted, and I think that's saving it. I do like the gold striping. I think that looks really nice. The front looks good. I mean, the silver's nice. I mean, they could have maybe moved the headlights up a little bit, I think, because there's a little bit of space there that's a little bit bothersome. But, I mean, from the front and from the sides, I don't think it looks horrible. It's just the back is absolutely atrocious. Holy crap, it's atrocious. It's like he scanned 99% of the Earth form and then stopped and left the thrusters, which, as cool as that is, and I can kind of understand it, isn't great when you're trying to be a robot in disguise, now is it? And the other thing, you can kind of see the head. That's always been an issue with this version, and it's even an issue kind of with this guy who's still over here. He's chilling. I grabbed Ratchet, not Ironhide, because Ratchet was easier to grab off the shelf. But the Vignette's nice. It does roll pretty good. I mean, I don't really have a full-blown issue with it other than the back end. There's some smaller things. I don't really, like, the shoulders do break it up a little bit, but, like, it's not the worst. I mean, you know what, let's just get to the final thoughts, because let's talk about it. I feel like I've been conditioned to not like this guy, but in the end, I really do. It's like telling me to hate someone, and I finally meet this person I'm supposed to hate, and it's like, oh, they're kind of chill, actually. Like, that's kind of the thing. It's like most of the Transformers community, I feel like, say this thing is, like, the worst thing ever. But it's not bad, and I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that it parts forms, which, again, isn't a great thing, but I'm not fully against parts forming. I'm not someone who sits there and I'm like, Ugh, I hate parts forming. It's the bane of existence. Parts forming has been a thing since Generation 1, and this being this is ironic because what parts formed on the original G1 figure for Ironhide and Ratchet but the roof? It's all irony. It really is. Yes, could they have done something? Maybe, but when they did do something, it ended up being a Voyager who's actually shorter, I think. I think he's only shorter, though, because Ironhide has a taller head. I think that's probably it. But when they finally did make Ironhide and Ratchet correctly, they were Voyager. They were not deluxe. This is a deluxe figure. That is the thing. Who's an easy deluxe I can grab? This is the worst comparison I could make. Gears is the closest one, so I grabbed him. He's a deluxe now. He's very small and isn't a great comparison, I know. But this figure was already a big figure. So it being a Voyager, not a tough sell, because he's already relatively big. But, you know, he has a lot of engineering. This guy's fine. Genuinely fine. If you like the Siege one, I think you'll like this one. Now, I wouldn't recommend going out of your way and getting the other ones, because there's a couple variations of this that are easier to get. The Shattered Glass Ratchet and DK-2 Guard are the two I'd recommend. Mainly because they're just random characters. Well, Ratchet's not. If you're a Ratchet collector, you probably already have Shattered Glass Ratchet. But this guy is a completely fine figure. He's a 3 out of 5. I don't have any major issues. And again, I don't really see that. I can see where the hate comes from, but I don't hate him. I think he's relatively fun, and I think he's good. That's really it for this review, though. This has been my review of Transformers Legacy DK-2 Guard. This has been Elite signing out.